Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activities of Simon Ekpa, who is issuing the illegal sit-at-home order, is not checked, he may succeed in corrupting the minds of Nigerian youths and turning them against the government of Nigeria. Accordingly, the Senate resolved to condemn the sit-at-home in totality, as well as the nefarious activities of Simon Ekpa, who is the gang leader.
Point of order, the leader.
Lots of tension between Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, and Nigeria Senate President Godswill Akpabio. It is heating up fast, and it is all tied to some big events coming up in December 2024. Simon Ekpa, a prominent and controversial figure from the Biafra movement, recently put out a direct warning to Godswill Akpabio. But before I delve deep into this discussion, let's talk about Simon Ekpa. For those who don't know who he is, Simon Ekpa is a Finnish-based activist and a strong advocate for Biafra, which is the name of a proposed independent state mostly in the southeastern region of Nigeria. Simon Ekpa believes the Igbo people who dominate this region have faced marginalization and hardship under the Nigerian government. He has been one of the loudest voices calling for the establishment of Biafra, even suggesting that December 2nd, 2024 could mark a significant declaration of independence for this new nation. So when he makes threats, he is speaking on behalf of a group that has been pushing for independence for years. On the other hand, we have Godswill Akpabio, the current president of Nigerian Senate. Godswill Akpabio is a significant political figure in Nigeria. He is the third in line to the presidency and has quite a bit of influence. Right now, Godswill Akpabio is in overseas, India precisely, and this trip comes at a sensitive time because of the upcoming date in December 2024 that Simon Ekpa and his followers are focusing on. From Simon Ekpa's perspective, Godswill Akpabio's statements about Biafra have been provocative, and this has stirred even more tension. But what exactly triggered this recent clash? A few months back, Godswill Akpabio reportedly made some dismissive comments about Biafra and the push for independence, particularly criticizing the idea of it affecting his state. He called the Biafra movement stupidity and said it shouldn't reach Akwa Ibom state, where he is from. He even said he would personally stand in the way of anyone trying to bring the Biafran agenda into Akwa Ibom state. As you can imagine, this didn't sit well with Simon Ekpa, who retaliated with a threat saying Godswill Akpabio shouldn't dare to interfere with the Biafran cause or disrespect him as their prime minister in exile. Now, Simon Ekpa has issued a very big warning to Godswill Akpabio that he should never ever interfere with the Biafran movement, and he should never ever disrespect him as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Otherwise, he's going to receive woto woto. Now, Simon Ekpa's response wasn't just casual. He hinted that he's willing to take some serious actions if Godswill Akpabio keeps his stance against Biafra. What those actions could be, no one knows for sure. But it is clear that Simon Ekpa isn't backing down, and he's prepared to escalate if necessary. There are even some unverified rumors circulating that Godswill Akpabio might have gone to India to conduct juju rituals. Basically, some people believe he's trying to use traditional method to counteract Simon Ekpa's plan for December 2nd, 2024. Rumors are flying everywhere that Godswill Akpabio has gone to India to consult a spiritual power in which he's going to use to affect the December 2nd Biafra Independence Declaration. Whether that is true or not, it is certainly stirring up gossips and adding another layer of tension to the whole situation. Nigerians are paying close attention to Simon Ekpa's statement because he's known for being both vocal and sometimes action-oriented. Nigerians are paying close attention to Simon Ekpa's statement because he's known for being both vocal and sometimes action-oriented. People are saying this isn't a guy who just talk, he acts. And with the Biafra movement gathering more support internationally, the Nigerian government is in a tricky position. They have been trying to bring Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria to face charges, but it is proving challenging to them. Simon Ekpa lives in Finland, and so far, Finland authorities have not cooperated with Nigeria's extradition request. This means that Simon Ekpa can continue advocating for Biafra from abroad without facing immediate consequences at home, and his platform remains strong. In response to Simon Ekpa's call, some senators and political figures within Nigeria have been urging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to prioritize bringing Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria to stand trial, or at the very least to contain his influence. But it is proving harder than expected, with international support for Simon Ekpa, particularly among diaspora communities and sympathizers in countries like Finland and other European nations. From Akwa Ibom, some local voices are speaking up as well. Many people there say they don't even feel represented by Godswill Akpabio. They feel neglected by his policies and achievements, even when he was governor, because despite the economic wealth of their states, the benefits don't seem to reach everyday citizens. There is frustration that Godswill Akpabio's government hasn't provided essential services like good roads, hospitals, and jobs. So when Simon Ekpa talks about a new Biafra, some people in Akwa Ibom State see it as a chance for change, an opportunity for self-determination and hope beyond the Nigerian government influence. In a broader context, this situation reflects a significant division within Nigeria, especially between the southeastern Biafran supporters and the central government. The December 2nd date that Simon Ekpa has been talking about is expected to be a defining moment. Simon Ekpa has declared that come December 2nd, 2024, Biafra will be irreversible. He is essentially saying that the Biafran nation is here to stay, and any opposition will be treated as an enemy to their cause. So what does this mean for Nigeria? If Simon Ekpa follows through with his declaration, we could see a wave of international attention on Nigeria's internal politics. Some supporters of the Biafra movement believe that December 2nd will be a day that captures the global spotlight, much like how the world watches other high-stake political events. This isn't just a Nigerian issue, it is something that could bring in international voices, opinions, and maybe even intervention. People are wondering what will actually happen on December 2nd. Could we see clashes, protests, or even conflicts? A declaration that leads to more division within Nigeria, or could it all pass quietly? With the Nigerian government actively opposing this movement, it is likely they will take measures to prevent any formal declaration of independence. But with Simon Ekpa supporters feeling emboldened and connected worldwide, it is anyone's guess how things might unfold. This story has really gripped the Nigerian public, whether you support Biafra or believe in a united Nigeria. It is hard to ignore the tension that is building up. It is a classic case of two powerful figures with different visions of Nigeria's future, and they are both stubborn enough not to back down. Only time will tell if this December 2nd, 2024 date will be as significant as Simon Ekpa and his followers hope, or if it will become just another chapter in Nigeria's long history of political struggles. For now, Nigerians are watching, the international community are watching, everyone is watching, waiting, and speculating on what this high-stake showdown will bring.
Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activities of Simon Ekpa, who is issuing the illegal sit-at-home order, is not checked, he may succeed in corrupting the minds of Nigerian youths and turning them against the government of Nigeria. Accordingly, the Senate resolved to condemn the sit-at-home in totality, as well as the nefarious activities of Simon Ekpa, who is the gang leader.
Point of order, the leader.
The Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, Simon Ekpa, issues threat to the Senate President Akpabio. Prior to this time, Akpabio has warned that the escalation and the movement of the Biafran cause should not be extended to Akwa Ibom State. That stupidity of the Biafran agitation should not be held in Akwa Ibom State. That it will be the end of Simon Ekpa and the Biafran agitators if they dare to, of course, approach Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom is out of the Biafran cause, and Simon Ekpa has threatened him, and this has escalated a new tension. Your take on this development as an Akwa Ibomite, what is your reaction?
Hi viewers, my name is Prince Danodo, alias Abong Parawa. I'm the main pillars of Akwa Ibom people. You see, as regard to your question, you mentioned the Prime Minister issuing a trade. No, you don't call that a trade. It's a fact. And to start with, who is Akpabio? Is that the president a Fulani a boy that is sitting because he's sitting? So Akpabio, they lack that power and authority to stop what is going on.
As the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the third person in command.
He command nothing. He command nothing. Do you understand that? I'm an Akwa Ibom man. Question: Akpabio as a Senate President of Nigeria, what does that impart? What does that impart to an average Akwa Ibom man? As we speak today, Akwa Ibom people are languishing under perpetual poverty or hunger, and is there rolling these luxury hotels. Then you think such a person had that authority to speak on behalf of Akwa Ibom people, and of course the people that had the authority to speak for Akwa Ibom people is we. It's we, person like me and others who also has the interest of Akwa Ibom people at hand. So if I should advise him, he should not bring his stupidity into Biafran struggle, because I call that stupidity, nonsense.
So you are returning the word to him. He said that this Biafran stupidity should not extend to Akwa Ibom. Now you are saying that Akpabio should not bring his stupidity into our Biafran cause.
Biafran struggle. He should stop it. Else, we will give it to him as it is. Respect is a reciprocal. If he failed to recognize the Biafran Prime Minister, we also failed to recognize him as Nigerian Senate President. Do you understand that? So he should not dare point that rotten finger on my Prime Minister in person of Simon Ekpa.
He is the Senate President. I think we should be mindful of the way we address him to avoid any litigation.
I don't like that. I always like to tell you I feel. You understand me? If the so-called Akpabio is disrespecting my Prime Minister, Prince Danudo, Abong Mbarawa, Ekpa Ibom, we also disrespect him. What do I say? I said respect is a reciprocal. So you respect me, I respect you. If you fail to respect and recognize my Prime Minister in person of Simon Ekpa, then I think the same thing will be reciprocated into Akpabio. Nobody will respect him. So you should stop that nonsense.
Don't you think he has the powers, of course, the national powers, to stop Simon Ekpa and Akwa Ibom, or to frustrate the efforts of Akwa Ibomites? Akwa Ibomites part of Biafra?
Okay, I don't understand the question that you are asking.
I mean, Akwa Ibomites, are they part of Biafra?
Allow me to learn. To start with, Akpabio that you are talking about is an individual. I am speaking the minds of the majorities of Akwa Ibom, not the thieves. So I'm not talking about the thieves, those governors and those Akpabio. Akwa Ibom Nigerian representative. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about an average Akwa Ibom man and woman in Akwa Ibom. It is their mind that I'm speaking here. So we as an Akwa Ibom, we don't know them, and they don't know us. So they should focus their attention. Their focus should be in Abuja, because that is where they are. They can never return home. Come 2nd December 2024.
So you are saying that Akwa Ibom is full support of Simon Ekpa's restoration of Biafra state.
Okay, we gave the Prime Minister 1,000,000% support. What do I say? 1,000,000% support to bring Biafra into our doorstep in Akwa Ibom. 1,000,000% support.
Is it because that Akwa Iboms are suffering and they are being neglected in Nigerian projects, and there is hunger in the land? They are looking for a better government that can recognize their importance and the values.
Okay. When you are talking about suffering, pain, today now, every state in Nigeria are going through that, are going through this suffering, are going through this hardship, are going through this pain. Not only Akwa Ibom. But then the fact remains is the fact here is this, that for decades, whether under good policy or not, we have been suffering. And for God's sake, where I come from, that is where the Nigerian government extract the resources that is empowering their economy. And the Nigerian Akwa Ibom man is not good as a senator. Akwa Ibom man is not good central bank governor. Akwa Ibom man is not good as vice president. Akwa Ibom man is not good as a president of Nigeria, rather than boy. So that should stop.
But don't you think that the gene has been broken, as Akwa Ibom is now the Senate president?
A Senate president that has no authority of his own, that cannot speak on his own. that cannot liberate his people of poverty, that his people has no road, no hospital, no job, nothing that you can talk of, no further structure, my friend. So what are we talking here? So the so-called Senate president, in person of Godswill Akpabio, is on his own. The office is for him and his family, so it does not concern an average Akwa Ibom man.
Are you saying that he didn't perform during his tenure as two-time serving governor in Akwa Ibom State? He built the best of the stadiums and other facilities. How would you rate him?
But that wasn't enough for the Akwa Ibom people. That wasn't enough for the Akwa Ibom people. He would have done better than that, if not because of the corruption that all of them are believing upon. So they want to build mansion and at the top of the sea at the expense of the masses.
Well, you said you are speaking the voice of the common people in Akwa Ibom, or the citizens of Akwa Iboms, who are eagerly waiting for a new country through Simon Ekpa.
And of course, we are waiting to to receive the new bed that is about to to happen come 2nd December 2024.
A major prophet have said that the world will carry the news of Biafran independence restoration, just as the world is watching the American election. Of course, tension is everywhere. What is your take on this?
Okay. Before this prophecy, the ordained prophet, God servant, has already spoken over 5 years ago. Who is that person? Masi Nnamdi Kanu said it. That today, that Biafran matter is being put under the carpet and marched upon. That time shall come when the entire global world, the international media, shall be looking for it to buy and to make their news. So this is exactly what is happening today. So today, now, as we speak, the Biafran news is on all international medias. Yes.
Wow, that is quite exciting. Well, of course, only time will reveal how far this can go. Thank you once again for being part of this discussion this morning.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day.